Hey guys, Aaron Farmer here with MySugarFreeJourney.com, and today we're going to be answering the question, what is the Whoosh effect? So, full disclosure, I really wish that this had a better name, but this is what is kind of commonly called in the keto community, or in the weight loss community, really, the Whoosh effect. So what this is the name that we've given to a very common occurrence. I can't stress that enough. Of when you're trying to lose weight, you're eating right, you're doing everything right, you've cut out the carbs, you've done everything right, and you don't lose weight for a week or something like that. And then one morning you wake up and you're 3 or 5 pounds down from where you were the night before, and it's just, or the day before, just this amazing, really quick weight loss that happens seemingly overnight. So over the course of me losing 200 pounds with a ketogenic diet, I saw this many times. I would go a week or even more and not lose a pound, and then all of a sudden I'd wake up one morning and I was, I'd be 3 pounds down or 5 pounds down. One time it was even 6 pounds down, which is, how crazy that is to think you can lose 6 pounds in one day. But I did it at least once. And it happened to me so many times that I really stopped worrying about it. But in those early days, when I was first starting it would really mess with my head and convince me that I was doing something wrong. So let's take a look at this. What is causing that rapid weight loss when you on a Whoosh effect? So here's our best guess about what happens in the days leading up to a Whoosh effect. Now I have to say, I haven't seen any hard science on this. A lot of this seems to be conjecture. If someone out there has seen maybe a scientific paper that looks at this, I would sure appreciate, somebody sending that to me. But to my knowledge, this is kind of our best guess of how it happens. So we know that triglycerides are stored in fat cells. So triglycerides are the long-term storage form of fat. And we know that when we're trying to lose fat, those triglycerides have to be broken down into their component parts. So a glycerol molecule, or a triglyceride, is one part glycerol molecule that kind of looks like a backbone, and then you've got these long chain, or any size chain fatty acids that can be attached to them. And these triglycerides are too big to move out of a fat cell, so in order to get them out of a fat cell, the body has to break those down into their component parts and move them out of the fat cell piece by piece. So that's what's happening when you're actually losing weight. You're breaking down triglycerides and using those for fuel. So what we think happens is, as you are losing fat and these triglycerides are being moved out of a fat cell, the body is filling those fat cells with water. Presumably, we think, to keep those fat cells the same size, so that if you do something to gain weight, your body doesn't have to reshape those fat cells. They're already the same, the proper size to be able to fill them back up with triglycerides. Remember, the body likes to put weight on, because gaining weight, for most of our evolutionary history, the body putting on weight was a survival mechanism. It meant you're going to survive the winter. It meant you're going to survive, times of famine. So the body's really fine-tuned to put on weight easily. So the body is filling these fat cells up with water in order to keep them the same size. And again, we think, we're not exactly sure. So what generally happens is the body holds on to this water for a while, 3-5 days, maybe a week, and then releases it pretty much all at once. And I don't know what triggers that release, but I know it happens. And what you'll usually find is you'll find yourself kind of running to the bathroom multiple times over the course of a day, and then the next morning you wake up and you're 3 to 5 pounds lighter than you were before. While those fat cells are transitioning from mostly fat-filled to mostly water-filled, you're going to find that the adipose tissue, the adipose fat around your midsection, a lot of times it's going to get lumpy. It's going to feel like soft marbles underneath your skin. And then when the water is emptied, the fat kind of tightens back up, and the process starts all over again. So this is why when you're tracking your weight loss, and boy, I can definitely attest to this, but when you're tracking your weight loss, it's never this smooth decline that goes like this. It's always the stair step, or sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in your body, and so the weight loss doesn't happen in a smooth, gradual decline. It kind of jumps all over the place. But if you're eating right and you're cutting out, especially sugars, grains, polyunsaturated fats, you're going to see that over time that line is generally going to trend down. So let's talk about, can you speed up a whoosh? So there are some people out there that think that there are ways to speed up a whoosh, and usually how they advocate you doing that is if you've gotten to the point where you're feeling those lumpy marbles underneath your skin and you feel like your fat cells are full of water, that you can either eat a high carb meal or a high calorie meal that will cause the body to expel that water and and kind of get bring on that whoosh effect. Now, my personal feeling is that you should absolutely not do that. You should not do anything that's going to cause your insulin to spike, because remember, the name of the game here is not weight loss, and I know that's kind of what we push towards, but we don't want weight loss. We want fat loss, and so we don't want to do anything that's going to cause our body to reuptake that fat back into our fat cells. Once fat has been moved out of a fat cell, we want it to stay out. And so I know what it's like to chase the number on the scale. And I know what it's like that feeling when you've done everything right and the scale isn't moving. I get that, but you don't want to sabotage your efforts by trying to force your body to get rid of this water, to get rid of the weight, so that you can go on Instagram and talk about that you lost another 3 pounds this morning. I get that. I get that feeling, but you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to stay the course. You want to keep doing what's right. Not eat sugar, not eat grains, not eat polyunsaturated fats. Eat lots of saturated fat. Eat whole foods. You want to stick to that course and not be so concerned about the number on the scale. Just let your body do whatever it is that it's doing. If the science behind the whoosh effect is a little different than how I've described it, whatever it is that your body is doing in the background in order to move the needle that fast, just let it do it. And if that means you go a week and you don't lose a pound, fine. Just calm down, take a deep breath, and let your body do what it wants. I am a firm believer in keeping calm and ketoing on. Stick with those nutritious, low carb, high fat meals that's going to nourish your body, that's going to keep you feeling well fed, that's going to keep you in a state of nutritional ketosis. Just stay the course, and I promise you'll reap the benefits. Don't freak out when things aren't going smoothly like you think they should. Again, over the course of 3 years, I lost 200 pounds. It takes time. It just takes time, but I promise your body will respond to good, healthy food if you give it the time that it needs. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching this. If you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate you, you subscribing to the channel. I love to talk to you guys. If you leave a comment, I will almost always reply to you, because I love hearing from people who watch my videos. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. All right, guys, come on over to the blog too, mysugarfreejourney.com. I'm gonna put links to different things there in the show notes, or in the read more section underneath the video. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.